before starting this video, I'd just like to let you know that there's two clips here. The reason for that is I was interrupted before the end of the first one. And also, this is the first time I'm using OBS on this laptop because, for those of you who are unaware, the only reason I stopped uploading on my YouTube channel originally is because my last laptop fucking shit itself and it is dead. So I forgot to, actually go into the settings and change a bunch of shit for OBS on this computer. And it exported the first file as an FLV, which is the default for OBS. So I had to go get a converter to convert it into an MP4, and it scrunched the fuck out of that video file. And resolution is in just so much smaller, and there's no way for me to re-record that with it being genuine anymore. So I'm very sorry. It seems like every new fucking video venture that I do has a brand new issue, but here we are. Enjoy. Yo, what's up, gamer? It's your boy JP. Homestuck. I'm in a state of dishevelment and a state of disarray. Yeah, I know it's been like fucking like half a year maybe since I've uploaded anything. So what? I don't shut up. I'm excited. It's Homestuck time. Listen, all right. I don't feel the need to explain to anybody what Homestuck is, because if you don't know what Homestuck is now and you haven't read Homestuck, then this is not going to be a thing for you. This is Homestuck 2 Beyond Canon, because Andrew Hussey has decided to make my life worse. After reading all of Homestuck, I've never been the same for years, and I've recommended it to people for years, and now here we are with Homestuck getting an official continuation. So here we are. I've said here we are 3 times. Consider this a reaction. Like I was taking a shit, and the neighbors are being loud. I was taking a shit and go on Twitter, and people were talking about Homestuck 2, and I'm losing my shit because I'm like, what are you talking about? And I look it up, and it's fucking real. So we're gonna read this today, because most weebs will go out and read manga. Like, I could be like Rogers Base and do One Piece chapter reactions. I can watch episodes of My Hero and react to that. But no, I'm going to be the Homestuck 2 guy. That's going to be me. Let's start here, bro. Somewhere in the distant reaches of space. Also, I don't know if you can notice, but I put an opacity filter down on my webcam. I'm using a shitty webcam, so to forgive the quality. But what are you going to do, really? Put an opacity filter so that, like, in case something shows up here on the top right of the screen, you can actually see it. So yeah, somewhere in the distant reaches of space. Distant? I'm actually kind of upset that there is a continuation to Homestuck, because where we were before... Okay. It's my boy, isn't he? It's fucking Dirk. Is it my boy Dirk? My baby boy! Dude, Homestuck ended on like a happy note with a brand new universe being created and everything, and everyone being happy and shit. What's going on? Why is Dirk... actually, if any character would be Dirk or Dave to go out on some kind of space adventure, so let's... Really, I can't be too... Oh, here we go. Back where... It's been so long since I've read Homestuck that reading this is going to take me a while. It's in orange text, so I'm going to assume Dirk has written it. Surprise, bitch! I bet those moments just now when you thought to yourself, oh, thank God. Thank the maker. Thank literally what the hell ever Rick... Oh, fuck. This is so far from I'm so far from the screen. And, like, my eyesight's not good. And also, it being orange is not helpful. Oh, man, it's been so long since I read Homestuck that this is going to be... like legitimately very difficult. Not to mention I'm not even looking at my audio levels, so I have no idea if I'm like gonna peak at any point. Oh, here we go. This is gonna be a fun day. Thank God I'm off work today. I'm just gonna bring the computer close to me. How about that? I should probably look if that doesn't like fuck up. Yeah. Oh wow, my hair is a mess. Oof. I've been trying to get a new commission done for the channel since I don't have all that hair anymore, but I'm lazy. All right. Where was I? Perhaps he's always been responsible for piloting this story. Whoever it is whose cataclysmic fingers have hang suspended and quivering with anticipation somewhere beyond the curtain of the world, who's hunched from the lurks forever in the shadows. Bro, I can't read shit. I can't read anything. I'm also super... and my glasses are kind of smudged. This is the most professional... this is the most professional YouTube channel on the market. Sometimes we just vanish from time to time, and when we come back, we're not even talking about video games anymore. Huh. Whose hunched form lurks forever in the shadows. Its work can... Wait a fucking second. I can just... Oh, I forgot I can do that. Does the capture show that? Good, the capture does show that. Y'all can see exactly how blind I am. Whose hunched form lurks forever in the shadows. Its work seemingly unimpeded by the very real threat of a chronic lumbago, making no sound, giving no speech to thought, save for that fateful moment where the... I'm now realizing it's also just written in like over dramatic Strider language. So fuck me, I guess. Where the first one elongated phalanx and then another cross the threshold beyond thought and reality, when 10 declamatory digits, possessed for the moment of a zealous frenzy, reach down and set the air astir with the heart-rending creative cacophony of an overly rambunctious mechanical keyboard. Whichever accursed species of demiurgic figure that is, you thought, let's just thank the ever-living fuck that this time they decided to call it a night and get out the drawing tablet instead. He's talking about Hussey. Finally, this story is back on the rails. Maybe we can get back to the way things were like in the good old days, where boys were brave and girls were guileful? Authors were alliterative, and various dubious states of non-on double death. Listen, Hussey, I don't think you're allowed to make fun of how complicated your story was. And this comic is made at least a little bit of sense to more or less everybody. No more dealing with narrators, unreliable or not. No more embedded scrimmages over the bounding metafictional reality within which everything transpires. No more stupid tang-tinged text. The joke doesn't work if the fucking text is still tang. Your collective sigh of relief is deafening. Well, tough shit. This story is... Oh, I gotta burp. I'm drinking a beer right now. I will not... No one gets free advertisement on my channel, but I will enjoy this beer. It's decent. I left it open in the fridge last night, so it's super flat. It's rough it's rough. So it's a very sour beer. Rosebot. Dirk, what are you doing in there? Ah, fuck. Hang on a second. Gotta take care of this. Rose's voice echoes tinnily out of my newly alchemized computer-integrated shades. The infidelity of the transmission is due to her voice being slightly too high definition for the speakers to reproduce it faithfully. There's an audio format even better than analog, it turns out. And that's what replaced Rose's vocal cords when I scooped up her rapidly dissipating soul and installed it into the robot body. I have it on authority that decanting is something necessary to ensure a wine is at its best. I like to think that it's the same was ultimately true of her. Fuck, okay. So he's reading that note that he wrote to himself. Who's he sending this to? Also, Rosebot, I'm concerned. Is Rose just a bot now? I guess. Oh, nothing important. To the extent that nothing that you or I even are capable of being unimportant anymore. Okay. This is what happens when you don't read for years. Which extent is admittedly teetering from a few microns shy of Jack Dick right about now. Point is, don't worry about it. I'm just doing a bit of housekeeping. Well, pardon me for interrupting a prior engagement. Don't let me get in the way of all the dusting you must be doing. I just imagined that you were wearing an apron over your god tier outfit, and almost felt like my facial fuselage buckle in a what? Felt my my face felt my facial fuselage buckle in such a way as to approximate a fleeting smile. Fuck, you got me. Your uncanny seer powers are at work once again. I'm just waiting here for the errant gust of wind to jostle my petticoats, unfortuitously exposing my undergarments to the lurid gaze of whatever prurient peeper might be watching. Don't look! I cry in futile I instinctively went, don't look. Don't look. I cry in futile embarrassment. But the damage is done. My feudal anime purity has been shamelessly violated. Ah, yes, the animes. A bottomless resource of good-natured humor. That ungodly noise of screeching metal you just heard was my titanium reinforced thorax crumpling into a cartoonish posture of helpless mirth. Why did we start with two of the most, like, over-dramatic in speech characters? I guess it'd be better than Dirk and Dave talking, but fine. All right, we get it. You're literally a robot. No need to keep pointing it out every chance you get. I got enough of this with the auto-responsor. I'm just playing along. One of the fundamentals of bad science fiction is that any artificial beings must make it their inorganic nature known at every juncture that they can. Do overly precise and completely meaningless statistics that pull you out of your ass on the fly also count? Oh, absolutely. That's one of the first things you just sort of spontaneously learn when being booted up. For example, I've calculated that by making these remarks, I've raised the base level of all amusement in my conversations by 36%. Well, I personally don't find them funny. No, but I do. It averages out, you see. Good. We're back. Oh, good. I didn't know Chrome would automatically unzoom my page. Oh. Now I remember why Homestuck is so hard to read. Also, I'm very glad we're back to, we don't have whatever the fuck that was. We're back to classic. Also, why is it, we know it's Rosebot. Hello? Okay, but what are you actually calling me about? I thought you just might like to know that we're getting pretty close to your chosen crash site. We can head down to the planet below as soon as Terezi's finished. Working out how we do that. How to land? Wait, crash site? Yes. Among the features of the ship that were considered indispensable by its creator, which included multiple fully stocked drink cabinets, a movie theater, and an 8-lane shooting range, a landing gear appears to have just fallen a little outside of the realm of vital. Or rather, hurtled into the ground, like we'll be doing in case my message wasn't clear. Ah. Gotcha. God damn it, English. Assuming your busy work is more or less done by now, I'll get Terezi to set a course, if she hasn't wandered off the helm by now. She's been getting pretty impatient. So, I just want to get this on complete lockdown before I strap myself into the safety harness. We'd better hope that wasn't also omitted from the design schematic of this stupid ship. We're letting Terezi smash us into a planet that we've been hunting for 3 years. Has this been over for 3 years? Is this happening in real time? Should she even be driving this thing? That's a fantastic question. I feel like, because she's blind, she probably shouldn't be. Shut up, stomach. She probably shouldn't be driving. But here we are. Don't be such a chud, Dirk. Of the three of us, she has by far the most experience operating any kind of flying vessel, and just as much, if not more, experience of crashing them. Besides, it's not like the two of us have anything to worry about. It's Terezi that needs to be careful. She's functionally mortal, remember? Oh. Are we immortal? We, hello? I feel like I should have just brushed up on Homestuck before reading this, but I was too excited. You mean to say that you don't think we'd be in peril if it came to it? There's nothing about our situation that strikes you as falling within the bounds of precarity as far as the rules are concerned? Oh, you're right. I suppose I haven't thought of that. But I think I can remain calm in the knowledge that nothing particularly heroic is going on right now. At least not that I'm aware of. Right. Give me a couple more minutes. Then we can head planetside. There's just a few stray dust notes still left to eradicate. Just don't get attached to having everything organized neatly, will you? Okay, now I remember. It's because they're both in their god forms and going to, especially because he's wearing that shitty leotard. If they're both in their god forms, they can't die permanently unless they die a tragic unless they die a just or a heroic death. This is gonna be a long. This is page 6. Fun. I'm gonna read this in a Batman voice because knowing the character. Rose signs off on the call without much fuss. She knows that I'm not really cleaning, but doesn't care enough to know what I'm actually doing. I know that she knows this, but I don't care enough to know that she knows. Nor do I care that she doesn't give a shit. We're all just here, not giving a flying fuck. Like normal, functioning group of people. I have to do that explicitly. It's easy to get into the habit of just narrating everything, even when it's a bit creatively redundant. This is the advantage of This is where the advantage of visuals come in. To make my life as an omniscient overseer a little bit less tedious, I can just do whatever, and we can all see it happen. And nobody has to fight with the testy cherub lady for control of their own legs or anything. No need to pull a whole thesaurus out of my ass just so I can go to the bathroom. Seriously, it's a big relief. Actually, this paragraph immediately got easier to read, so. That doesn't mean this gestures to the narrative. This isn't still going to be a thing, though. Sometimes retreading back to the warm, welcoming folds of a traditional prose is just going to be the best way forward. And as someone whose mind is uniquely capable of understanding this conceit, I'll be the determining factor as to when and where it happens. I think that's more than reasonable. And yes, I'm capable of being reasonable. All in all, I think you'll find, as far as narrators go, I am excellent. On second thought, maybe it's a bit problematic phrase. Yeah, yikes. That one's got a sordid history. We best stay clear of it. We're all lucky I'm around to keep those kinds of sensitivity judgments on everyone's behalf. It's so orange. It's so orange. I'm going to eat a delicious, juicy snack because I am a professional. If you've been here for more than one video in my life, then you fucking know that I'm never going to give a shit about the actual quality of the things I make. Delicious. And now I can't speak. I'm a fucking genius. Yeah. Get a thing where you got to read. Pop a Starburst in your mouth. And chew it. Like this ASMR, guys. Oh, fuck. That was a mistake. I started drooling. Oh, fuck. I peeked into the paragraph and saw a name I didn't want to see. Went for a ride. Speaking of which, I think it's time I started undoing some of the more egregious mistakes the story has been subjected to over the years. Yes, I'm talking about that guy. The other orange one. Remember him? Vriska got stalked by him a bit, and it was uncomfortable for everyone concerned. Anyway, please don't tell me I'm getting a phone call. I'm getting a phone call? Fine. I'll be back momentarily. Hey, so what's up? It's a different day now. I was interrupted during the last recording, and then immediately did not stop getting interrupted until like maybe 12 hours later. So I wasn't able to do anything because I had to go to bed because I'm actually working today, unfortunately. Yesterday was my only day off, the only real day I ever have to record. It's now like 7 in the morning. And, it's 7:30 in the morning, my bad. And I want to get a little bit of this done before people wake up and start being loud in the house again. I've got my coffee. It's very early. I'm not as energetic as I was, but I'm still as excited as I was. So I'm going to pick up exactly where I left off, which is this paragraph right here. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee. My mouth is very dry. It's still very hot. Speaking of which, I think it's time we started undoing some of the more egregious mistakes this story has been subjected to over the years. Yes, I'm talking about that guy, the other orange one. Remember him? Vriska got stalked by him for a bit and was uncomfortable for everybody concerned. Anyway, the point is that he fucked up big time, and I'm here to clean up the horse shit. It's time to get this story back on the rails. Back to what it was always supposed to be. I know it. And you've somehow always known it too. There was something else. Some other route that Homestuck was meant to take, but it didn't. A way that wouldn't have spent so much time dicking around with stuff nobody cares about. Like, seriously, why did we all have to sit through talking about everyone's most intimate and private feelings for 200 fucking words? That would never have happened in Act 1. Where did we go wrong? I think I brought this up yesterday, but Hussy, I don't think you're allowed to criticize your own work within your own work. But, sure. You can use Dirk as your vehicle, because I'm okay with that, as Dirk is one of my favorite boys, and I won't get mad at him for anything. I've had some time to think about these kinds of problems, and to come up with a solution, and I'm prepared to do what he couldn't, in order to save Paradox Space from the destruction brought upon it. I'll do what it takes, and I don't think that I won't. The author is dead. Long live the author. Look, I know what you're really craving. I've been studying canon, or rather what's left of it. And I think I found it. The critical moment, in the wake of which everything started to take a nosedive into the protracted, endless slog of sheer insufferability we got saddled with in the end. This is the single most crucial error in the process that led to the present situation. The day when the story was wrested screaming from the arms of its readers like a bawling infant and carried helplessly away. From then on, to be raised according to the whims of the masochistic menace with no thought for you, the common fan. What a sentence. That was a very long sentence. Big words. So now I propose we turn the clock back to a better era and take back what's rightfully ours. No longer the way forward to be subjected by tyrannical rule. No more shall the will of the masses be cajoled and browbeaten by the impervious nasty diktat. Never again will we have to endure the terrible beatings of wings and the great moth titillation arrests of the humors of enormous, terrible old beggar, whose vulturous leathery grip holds his cloth and whispers, "I know best," in the dead of night. It's time. My name is Dirk Strider. What will I do? Why is this the first thing I'm doing in the morning? This is so tiring. Also, what? Suggest commands in the box above. Okay, that's enough. Sure, let's commune, Dirk. Oh. Brain shit. Doing some brain shit. Can I just say how much I've missed looking at this very specific art style that Homestuck has? It makes me happy. Including with his fucking, his shitty Kamina glasses. Oh, man, I love this. Alright. Channeling my full potential as an ascended player of heart, I expand my consciousness to commune with the boundless force of the collective willpower that is the internet. My mind floods with its divine potency. A million formless cries coalescing into a sequence of discrete and formal instructions. Dude, this is really hard to read. This is the first thing I'm doing in the morning. I'm so tired. I woke up at 6:20 or something after falling asleep around midnight, which is more than my average amount of sleep. And I'm exhausted because I know preemptively that being at work today is going to suck, and being at work for the next 6 days total is going to suck, but it's all going to pay off when I have a 3-day weekend. Woohoo. Being a full-time worker is it's powerful. It is a maelstrom as chaotic as it is deafening. And yet, from this formless, uninterrupted state of hard, unembellished data, a single suggestion takes form, as if bubbling up from a vast, infinite ocean of possibility. It is whispered. It is a whispered prayer to a compassionate God whose ear attends faithfully to the will of his believers. Okay, let's see what you chuckle fox came up with. So he asked the internet for help. Also, wait a fucking second. Did he always... Wait, no. Did he always have that? Please tell me he didn't always have that. I would do the research right now, but I can't. Why does he have a fucking sweet bro and hella Jeff tattoo? I mean, I guess since he created it, but like, oh my lord, I want it. I need to get that done. I'm gonna do that. Rest in peace, Homestuck Classic. I'm gonna get a sweet bro and hella Jeff tattoo on this bicep, the very top near my shoulder. Holy shit! He doesn't seem amused, also, by whatever the quote unquote chuckle fucks of the internet have come up with. Dirk, stop making Homestuck. You're kind of right, though. That is kind of what the Homestuck fandom wants right now, is no more Homestuck. Also, I don't know if this was updated last night when I went to bed or not, so I could be on day 1 or I could be on day 2. Who knows until I get to an ending. Very unamused. But yeah, a lot of us were like, stop making Homestuck. By the time Homestuck was over, like, I know D'Angelo was tired. He didn't even finish it. He didn't get to the end. He was a decent bit behind. And I sat all the way through Homestuck, even through its epilogue, which was almost designed to make every Homestuck fan mad. Excuse me. Gassy boy. It's like, it's been like 3 years now, and like, I guess not making Homestuck is the wave. Even though we have so many astrology bitches out there who will constantly try to redo Homestuck without even knowing it. Also, he's not taking it. You know what? You convinced me. There's no way I'm fucking with this shit. I'm nobody's puppet, of course, but this was going to be a little fun we had together. A callback to simpler times. I just wanted to play a game, and you were going to be part of it. That submission box was my olive branch, dipped tentatively at the arm's length into the trash furnace of creative potential known as online. But I should have known better. People think they can run a story like this? They must have just thought the stupidest idea anyone has ever come up with. This might have just been the stupidest idea anyone has come up with. I'll have to make up some commands myself from here on out. Seems to work okay for the other guy. Oh, okay. So we're going right back to hussy shit again. Cool. Oh my god, why is this room? Okay, let's take a second. As usual with Homestuck rooms, there's a lot to unpack here. Okay. So we're going to start off with, he has another heart outfit going on over here. And then he has the tank top with the Jeff hat. And is that a clown outfit? Sure. We've got, isn't that Rose's cat in a box? There's that pony that I vaguely remember Jane having. A tab watering can. Hussy has still the exact same like art design and aesthetic, which is just random shit. Like, what are these green air conditioners and a Coral X with a kotatsu and a katana? Sure. SN with a pride flag and Lord English, that's his name, right? These fucking anime posters. Is that Fairy Tail? That's Fairy Tail. I can't tell what this is, and like, I want to guess this might be like, no, it's not free. Buff Bugs Bunny, Horse, Batman, 2 Durst, and 2, I don't remember what the other kind of dreamer is. Banner. The only one of them is not ripped. It probably means something. We've got the shitty blue apple from John's Machine. Isn't this everybody's? These are the four kids. They each had one of these, right? I know John had the apple, and I'm gonna assume Jade had her dog. Was there an egg? Well, birds. Dave had a lot of trouble with birds. I'm spending a lot of time looking at this fucking shitty room, huh? He's got some plans. Is that a football? Fine. Listen, I gotta stop. We have shit. This is a lot to read. See? That wasn't difficult. Seriously, what's with you people? This is my private study. On board the Thesis, a light-speed capable vessel built for tearing around the cosmos like there's no tomorrow. This is where I keep all of my prized artifacts, canonical keepsakes, and other assorted objects of historical and artistic pertinence. Some of these items were really hard to come by, requiring very creative use of my full faculty as an ascended harp player. Like the Bugs Bunny poster? I can understand, like, the items and I wish I remember the names of half of this shit. A second set of heart God tier heart outfit? That's what it's called, right? Okay. It's been so long. I really should have brushed up on my Homestuck. The rest was just stolen from my friends' houses when they weren't looking. Okay. There's the explanation. It's nothing they'll miss, though. I'll also keep a flora of the succulent persuasion in here, so I can keep an eye on them. Make sure nobody's eating them. It's happened before. This is where I come when I want to sit and think about the important plot details, which is pretty much any time I'm not training or laying down mad enfilads of philosophical shit with Rose. It's important to have things to remind me of where I came from. It's weird to have Dirk hang out with Rose, since they're both from different time scratches, but yeah, they would be friends. History, despite its wretched pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not to be lived again. Maya Angelou. I don't know any Maya Angelou quotes, so I'll just I'll take you at face value for that one. The ship itself is being borrowed in perpetuity and has served as our home for the last 3 years. It isn't originally called the Thesis or anything else for that matter. The prior owner didn't think it had the kind of thing. Didn't think that kind of thing was worth the effort, but I know better. One of these days, I'm going to relearn how to read, and I'll put it to good use. Speaking of names, I've been workshopping potential designs for a new planet, which we're apparently going to crack this ship against like a bottle of champagne on the prow of a Virgin steamer. I still need to talk it over with Rose, though. Dirk, contemplate iconography. That's not fucking horses, is it? It's horses. Okay, we're back to horses, people. Beautiful, isn't it? No, it isn't. I hate it. Beautiful, isn't it? A piece of this quality deserves nothing less than the pride of a place in my private collection. Am I being sincere about that? Who the fuck can even say? At least you're aware that you're so impossible to read as a pretentious shit. A parting gift from an old flame, it was given to one of my splinters in a distant timeline before ending in my possession via lots of complicated shit that I don't want to get into. This painting used to belong to one of the most powerful men in Earth's history, and now it belongs to one of the few people to ever hold it in the palm of their hand. Interesting. It came with a note, which has since been misplaced, but I know the words by heart. Dear Dirk, in memory of our precious time together, when you look at it, think of me and be reminded while we breathe, we hope. B.O. Print, paper, get to work. Who's B.O.? Oh my god, no character is coming to mind with B.O. The only B name I can come up with is Betty Crocker. And, like, she's dead, so. Once again, if you don't know anything about Homestuck, you probably should not be here. Like, yeah, Betty Crocker's a character, so what? Nah, this is face paint. Whoa. My eye is twitching. Please stop. Please stop. It's trying to get me to stop reading this. No, this is face paint. Not for painting pictures, unless those pictures happen to be on a face, I guess. This set of paints and the charred remains of my horn headband are the only surviving relics of the first and last world interspecies role-playing session we ever attempted on Earthsea. Oh, whose fucking horns are those? Oh, listen, man, it's been so long. I don't know. I can only point out certain I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay. Hold on. This is how I'm going to be able to tell who's still alive. So we got Rose and Jade up here cosplaying as trolls. Who the fuck is this in the middle? I can't. Okay. We got Dirk over here in his fucking shitty tank top. We got Dave and Carcat keeping the ship strong. Rose and Jade, and who the fuck is that? Terezi? Like, who is that? Dressed up as Calliope. All right. Oh. Calliope got it into her head that dressing up in cosplay would be a fun community activity. Vantis had some uncharitable things to say about the idea, and for once in his life, I think he was right. The thing was an unmitigated disaster from start to finish, a complete bloodbath. I spent months perfecting my character. Countless late nights were devoted to scrumptiously studying the intricacies of old Artanian culture. Every inch of my body was coated in cloying, meticulously sealed gray paint, and yes, even there, I know you were thinking about it, it was the perfect troll sona. It was a high blood called... No, on second thoughts, let's not get into that. Some things are too painful to remember. This is Dirk reliving his Homestuck phase. This is weird. I don't like that. Why are we reliving a Homestuck phase in Homestuck? Let's inspect these delicious houseplants. Yeah, I'm actually very curious about this Coral X. 3 years is no small amount of time. While I spent a lot of it in pursuit of greater understanding of combat and philosophy, that doesn't mean that there wasn't room for life and love in the equation too. Plants are basically the ideal friends. They don't constantly question your decisions or try to undermine your authority or suggest that perhaps you should try talking about your feelings every once in a while. Plants lie down in the dirt and take it, metaphorically speaking. I've genetically enhanced these succulents to make them more hardy in a low-gravity environment. They all got drastically discolored as a side effect, but frankly, they look better like this. The downside is that I'm not the only person who's taking a liking to them, and speaking of which, delicious house plants? Oh, god damn it. Someone's been eating the plants. It's more than likely Terezi. Hey! There we go. Inspect delicious houseplants. I don't know why I came into this forgetting entirely about the fucking typing quirks. Here we go. Oh boy. It's time to relearn how to read Homestuck. Oh, just chug the rest of that coffee. We're going to need it. It's a shame that I'm working today and that I'm not allowed to have alcohol in my system during work because holy shit, would I prefer to just be having like a tequila sunrise right now. I mean, I could have a small cup of tequila and orange juice right now because I don't work till 3 p.m. and it's like, what, 8? It's like 7:50, but like still. It'll be out of my system at this point, but no, I'm not going to do it to myself. I also need to have breakfast, which today will just be one Kit Kat because we're saving money. Okay, enough stalling. I have to read this shit. Oh my god, how am I doing on it? Like, I'm not. This is. Oh boy. Oh, we should read Homestuck. That's a good decision. Yeah. Fuck. Okay.